落ちた競合飛べないカラス
What's up guys, it's Silent Blackwing here with my February 2021 updated Blackwing deck profile. So, some things has changed as you probably noticed, and some of you have already noticed in my combo videos that say some things has changed. So let's jump straight into it. Right now I'm gonna keep this kind of short, but I'm gonna notice you about the differences that I made. So, 3 Simons, I still play 3 Simons, this is just the opener, best card in the deck pretty much. 3 Chris, still playing 3 Chris, and the same with Borat, just level 4 extender that you really need. 3 Zephyros, it's your main combo piece, you really need it. In the last deck profile I actually played 3 Asters, but now I cut it to 2, and the reason for that is that the deck has already kind of a lot of normal summons, and Aster is really only good when you open up with Allure of the Darkness. Aster pretty much makes Allure of the Darkness like a pot of greed, and then you can special summon back the Blackwing or the Dark that you special summoned, which is a Blackwing for the in a lot of the cases. So, and when you need Aster, you can pretty much still search it with Simon. The idea here was really just to cut on the normal summons. Otherwise, Aster is a great card. Still 2 Gales, really good against Winda, Halfing and Apollosa, they're just eating negates, and you can make Needle Fiber with it, so it's really nice. I cut 1 Harmadan, it's not like necessary in the deck in any way, you don't need it for any combo, and yeah, I think 1 is enough. Then 1 Vayu and 1 Orochi still, as in the last deck profile. You really need at least 2 of the targets for 1, so I think those are kind of like necessary in the deck. 3 Whirlwind still, and yeah, nothing to more say about Whirlwinds. Whirlwind is Whirlwind. 3 Hour of Darknesses just gets the deck going, you're searching cards a lot more. 3 Pot of Desire, still playing 3, I was testing 2 because there's a lot of draw power here, and sometimes you draw double of these and it really sucks, but hey, that's life. Upstart Goblin 39 is better than 40, and I'm actually putting 1 back in the deck. Last time it wasn't in the deck anymore, but I basically replaced 1 Aster with 1 1. Reason for this is that basically, well, Blackwings in general. What is Blackwing's biggest weakness? Well, it was, and still in my opinion is, that if the normal summon gets destroyed, hey, that's pretty much the end of your turn. Now we got Simon, so we still, if we open up Simon, it's an additional normal summon that, so you have a little bit more plays, but still it doesn't change the fact that it doesn't have a lot of like combos if you don't open up with, or no way of summoning monsters if you don't have the first Blackwing on the field. So basically with 1 you can special summon Vayu or Orochi to the field. Most likely Vayu. For this last row here, I played 3 Gammas, 1 Driver, still pretty much I think this one like best hand drop probably right now. Just really no deck can kind of play around it, if they don't have like an Ash in their hand, but that's also really like strange if they somehow, well, it happens that they can negate Gamma, but then it just stays in your hand and you can have it to negate something else. So yeah, 3 Gammas, 1 Driver. This 2 card spot here, I have tested Ashes, I've tested Impermanences. Pretty much I tested Ashes, but then everybody was just dropping Anaconda on me and summoning Dragoon. Yeah, you can't Ash Anaconda, so I was testing Impermanences, but Impermanences didn't work so well with this card here, and overall that it wasn't a monster, 1 didn't work with it, and like Allure of Darkness, whatever. But then Radiant, I was like in theory I was thinking that okay, Radiant should be really good because you can play when you go first. Okay, you can just Allure of Darkness it away, and usually if you open up with a hand trap anyway when you go first, it's not the greatest. If you open up with Ash or Impermanence, it's not like that huge. If you go second, what happens when you play Allure of the Darkness and Pot of Desires and you draw into a Ash when you go second? Well, that's not that great, right? But if you go second and you draw into Radiant, well then it's like super good. because basically this outs Dragoons or Dragoon single-handedly. Then this the Drytron monsters that they play to lock you, it's out those as well. This outs like VDF if they don't play its effect straight away, and some people are afraid to because if you have Gamma, so they wait to use summon something first after they activate VDF. So there's, yeah, I'm like amazed how good Radiant is right now, and in this deck when you have like a lot of draw power, you see it a lot of times really when you need it, and when you don't need it you can just Allure of Darkness it away, so it's really no issue in any way. I think this is so much better than Ash and Impermanence in this deck. Yeah. Then I have my Silent Boots that I've actually made a video of. Really good. Yeah, I'm not playing Raider's Wing anymore. This is just a lot better card to Sentry Graveyard with Rusty. The 2 rank up spells still here, and Shade. Shade is good because basically if you open up with like let's say Gale and Harmadan and Shade, you can still make the whole Blackwing combo, because these two makes Ystrix special summon out Sephiroth, and then you of course activate this card to just make the rank level 4, and then you can set this and then you have the whole combo. So this is just like one additional level 4 extender, and I really like it. So there has some changes in the main deck. Like biggest are maybe the Kaijus, I would say, and 1-for-1. Kaijus 1-for-1, and yeah, Kaijus and 1-for-1 is like the biggest, and of course the Silent Boots and Shade. So a lot of like kind of, I would say, side stuff, not like the engine stuff. But yeah, and for the extra deck, that has changed maybe the most. So one IP Macarena still really good, Ystrix good. I'm not going to too deep into these. Needle Fiber really good, Rusty just like combo piece. Avermax super good if you play against Drytron. You make Avermax with IP and they can't target it with that 1900 guy in the graveyard, so that it's getting really hard for them to get over this. Raiders Knight, Gagam Edition, this was also, didn't play this in my last video, I played some other worse stuff, and yeah, this is a really good addition to the deck. And Raid Rapture Blaze Falcon, okay, wait, everybody that I've seen has been playing Stranger Falco, except for this one Japanese guy who just got like topped in a kind of big tournament with Blackwings. It was making a VFD the first turn, and he was actually playing this, and I was so happy that I wasn't the first one to notice this, basically, because I was actually searching for Strange Falco in my common boxes, and I just found this, and I was like, why haven't I ever heard about this card? And there are a couple of things here in the effects that I want to point out. Okay, well, it can attack directly, so that's kind of nice, but here, once per turn you can deduct one XYZ material from this card. Destroy as many special summoned monsters your opponent controls as possible, and if you do, inflict 500 damage to your opponent for each monster destroyed. Okay. Well, what's the key word here? Or what's kind of missing? It doesn't target. Destroy as many special summoned monsters your opponent controls. So cards that cannot be targeted. This is like a board wipe. And some cards that cannot be targeted, some decks has really hard time getting over those. So for example, if somebody would summon Aeramax without like IP, or without using IP, I could just special summon this and activate effect and just destroy Aeramax. So there's like, I just think this is a lot better card. And Drytrons have also this, their biggest ritual, I think. It has also this line that cannot be targeted, so this is super good against that as well. And then we have Arsenal Falco, just there for the combos. King Kaliuga, not hung because summoning 3 times a turn is pretty nice, or normal summoning. Then we have the 2 level 7s, and here is actually where things get really, really strange in my opinion. So no Raikiri. And Raikiri, of course, a card that can pop cards. Like it, why wouldn't I play that? This is like a downgrade. Why do I play Chidori? There's actually one really common like cause why I play this, and the reason for that is Dragoon. If I just open up with, let's say my opponent doesn't have a lot of cards, they just kind of a little bit bricked, and they get a Dragoon on the field, but really nothing else. Maybe they have 1 or 2 hand traps, let's say. So if I summon, I have Bora and Whirlwind in my hand, and I just don't want the Dragoon to eat up too much from my resources. I can just activate Whirlwind, summon Bora, special summon Gale, and they can make this. This is 3200, and I can straight up attack over the Dragoon if they don't have anything. So this is, it sounds stupid, but this is like a Dragoon out in itself, which is kind of hilarious in my opinion. But it has actually, some games have actually just come to that I don't open up with a Kaiju, or I don't want to go like into an Abramax. It's just super easy to make this card. And also one thing, that when this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can target one Winged Beast type Synchro monster in the graveyard except Chidori and special summon it. If this card is summoned with Vayu, that, and of course Vayu negates the Synchro monster's effect, that effect that I just read still activates. So if you have a full armor master in the graveyard, they destroy Chidori, you can still special summon the full armor back. So that's also a nice thing to know about this card. So it kind of like floats in a way, I would say, or whatever. But yeah, if the meta changes and or I know Dragoons get banned, this is gonna be a Chidori 100, a Raikiri 100%. But right now, as the meta is as it is, I just prefer Chidori, which is super strange. But yeah, Hog the Joe, well, special summon back. Chidori I'm making, Arsenal Falco. Then we have Savage Dragon. This is, I was thinking like there's a combo where you basically, if you open up Simon and pretty much any Blackwing, you which you can special summon back with Ouster, you can actually make a Savage Dragon, so it can basically prevent your opponent from playing like a Cosmic Cyclone or something on your rank up card in the standby when you can't activate this, because you can activate this only in the main phase. So it's basically this, like Borreload Savage Dragon, or then it's the Sahaya, which is the level 5 Blackwing monster, Synchro monster. But I think this is like better right now. And then one full armor master. For the side deck, I'm not going too deep into this, but maybe the main thing to like notice is prohibitions. I play 3 prohibitions, and this is always when I go first, and I know that they're gonna side in NIBIRU. So basically I'm just siding at the Kaijus because I don't need them, and maybe like 1 Gamma. So like these 3 cards out and these 3 in, and then I just say NIBIRU and go for like just spamming out pretty much everything I have, because I don't have to be afraid. But yeah, against big fields, I was testing Forbidden Droplet, but discarding cards is not like the best thing in this deck, and Troll and Lockbird is really good this format. The same thing with Artifact Landsize, good against Virtual World. Twin Twisters against some like back row decks, a little bit the same with evenly matched. The side deck has been really solid, and pretty much might as well show you a couple of combo cards, combo hands right now while I'm at it. So let's just open up with the test hand. Okay, well this is not the best opening hand, but right now here I wouldn't even have to play the Hour of the Darkness right now, because I actually already have the combo here that you pretty much all already maybe know if this is not your first time watching my videos. Well, but just for the combo I'm gonna show you. So basically what you need for this combo is, like, you don't have to open up with 2 black Whirlwinds. You can just open up with Sephiroth and any Blackwing, Simon plus any Blackwing, and this is basically where your combo is gonna end up at. I could maybe even do this a little bit fancier way, I would think, because I could go for Needle Fiber here as well. But just for this video I'm gonna keep it like super simple and straightforward. So I'm gonna search these 2, and these 2 are gonna make me a Wystrix. No, I don't wanna play that effect. To summon Wystrix. This guy is gonna special summon me Sephiroth from the deck. Sephiroth and Chris are gonna make me Raiders Knight. Raiders Knight is playing effect here. Winks. Special summoning me this guy. Now I could just pop all my opponent's special summoned monster if I would. And here actually I wouldn't search this card. This card is the one that I searched with Rusty. I would search this card, but now since I drew it, well, Weistrix effect is mandatory, so I had to search that. Just summoning Rusty, activating effect, sending that and setting that. Now I can't activate Boots effect either. Usually Boots could search this, but yeah, nevertheless. And this is actually now a pretty interesting hand again. Let's say my opponent would have a NIBIRU and he would have been waiting to activate it all this time, right? Like, now I have the combo already. So on my next opponent's turn, in the main phase, I would just activate Phantom Knight's rank up magic and just rank up my Arsenal Falco into King Kali-Yuga. I'm just preventing him from playing, basically. So that's the combo, but let's say my opponent has a NIBIRU in his hand and he would want to drop it right now. Boom, he would just completely destroy the whole board. Well, it's okay as well. I would just play Sephiroth's effect here, bouncing my Black Whirlwind, activating my Shade, special summoning that there, summoning my Gaga Magician, and just for the sake of this video I'm actually gonna activate my Rusty's effect, so getting like that kind of NIBIRU effect here. So let's just say that my Rusty is destroyed and my Chris would also be destroyed. So I could just create from these two my Gaga Magician, sending, detaching, playing effect, and summoning Arsenal Falco back. So now I would have the combo basically again. And then we will go to the end phase. Our opponent would whatever go to the main phase, and then I would activate this card and just ranking up to King Kali-Yuga, right? And then if my opponent would just because my board would just be a card with 3,500 and 2,000, it wouldn't be like a game, right? My opponent has 8,000, so let's say they go to the end phase, they maybe set a card or two. I could play King Kali-Yuga's effect here, detaching Arsenal Falco, destroying all, everything, also my own cards, drawing something, and then I could just activate Gaga Magician's effect again to special summon back the Arsenal Falco that I just detached. So if I'm not mistaken, this is actually right 8,000 right here. So yeah, that's the kind of combo. Now it was a little bit different way, but still kind of true NIBIRU if you're playing against a player who would drop it when I'm going to the end phase, or declaring that hey, I would go now to the end phase, it's okay, and then he would NIBIRU and I could just continuing and go to the King Kali-Yuga play anyways. Alright, so that's for the deck profile. I hope you liked it. I hope you didn't get too much information or brain freeze from this. If you have any comments or ideas or whatever that you want to ask me or suggest, actually there was in my last video talked about that people would like to see me stream, and that would be really nice. I would like to somehow stream to you guys as well, maybe like a Friday afternoon or whatever night. That would be super interesting. So if you would like to see me stream, comment that in the comment section below. If you have any questions about the build, about some combos or anything, that just basically anything, just leave that in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching this super long deck profile. I hope you liked it, and I'm out.